Hi, today we're going to be doing an experiment called glow-in-the-dark tonic water. So for this experiment, the materials you'll need are a measuring cup that is labeled 1/3 cup, a medicine dropper, bleach, be very careful with this, multiple disposable cups, and 3 different kinds of tonic water. You do not need to buy 3, but we're using 3 to see which one has the most amount of quinine. And also ultraviolet light, the most important thing. What is quinine and why does it glow? In case you don't know, tonic water glows in the dark. What makes it glow is a compound called quinine, as shown here. Quinine is found in the bark of the cinchona tree. Here's the bark and here is the tree. This special ingredient was added to tonic water to make it have a unique bitter taste. It is a compound because it has more than one element, and a compound is everything that has over one element. The elements that it includes are nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen. And in the edges, there is some carbon. All these combined make up quinine. So these 3 kinds of tonic water are made up with real quinine, not the one that you can buy from a lab, which is called hydrochloroquinine. The one included here is not made in a lab. It is made from the bark of the cinchona tree. So let's see which one glows the most. But first thing first, let's get into the proper clothing. Ready? Wow! Now I am ready. Let's test this out. We are now adding 2/3 of a cup of tonic water to each cup. Now that I have put my tonic water in the cups, we will test which one glows the most. Schweppes is behind the Schweppes cup, Polar is behind the Polar cup, and Canada Dry is behind the Canada Dry cup, so we don't get them mixed up. So now let's test it out. I will stand behind the UV light because the UV light can be harmful for your skin and for your eyes. UV on, lights off. It actually glows. Is that not cool? Okay. Let's see which one glows the most. I think the Schweppes is kind of faint. I think the one that glows the most is probably either Polar or, Canada Dry is kind of low. But Polar or Schweppes. It's either Polar or Schweppes. Polar probably. Polar is really bright, is it not? It's not the same effect in real life and on the camera. Okay, so we chose the Polar tonic water just because it contained the most amount of quinine. And we observed this because we saw that it was glowing the most. This means that it has more quinine. So now for the experiment part, we will try to make the tonic water stop glowing with bleach. But we don't know how much bleach it takes to make the tonic water stop glowing. This is our variable. We will use the measuring dropper to put 1 drop of bleach, 2 drops of bleach, 3 drops of bleach, and so on until it stops glowing, and a few afterwards. Okay, so this is why we need more than 1 disposable cup. So now we have put all of the equal amount of Polar tonic water in each of the cups. So now let me explain to you why bleach breaks up the quinine in tonic water. So bleach is an oxidizing agent. and oxidizing agents stop substances from working like they do normally. Bleach makes the quinine stop glowing because it breaks up the chemical bonds in the quinine that absorb the light. So due to this science, when I add bleach into the tonic water, it will stop glowing. Let's test it out for ourselves. In case you're wondering why I have only added 4, it is to see if just 1 stops it, or if 2 stops it, or if 3. And if it hasn't stopped it yet, then we will add more. Okay. I know that bleach is really strong. It kills viruses like COVID-19 really quickly with just a few drops. So my prediction is that 1 drop will completely stop the glow. That is my hypothesis. But we want to make sure this is true or not true. So to prove that this is true, we will test this out. So my scientific question is how much bleach is needed to chemically change tonic water? So these are my variables. This is my control, and it will have no bleach in it. No bleach is added to it. Now these, I will put it outside, that's why. And these are my actual variables. So here I will add different amounts of bleach. That is what is changing. In case you are wondering, I am wearing gloves to protect my skin from the bleach. Be very careful with it. In case you actually get some on your hands, wash your hands immediately and you will be fine. I will add first 1 drop to the first cup. Give it a swirl. 2 drops to the second cup. 1. You have to be very careful to not add more than what you need to add. That's why I'm doing it so slowly. Probably speed this up. 2, 3 drops to the third cup. Okay. Swirl. Swirl. Okay, nice. And 4 drops to the fourth. Lights off, UV light on. So now we're seeing which one glows the most and how many stop the glow. I think my hypothesis will be about right. Let's see. What? We were wrong. Well, this didn't work, sadly. So I think what happened was probably that the experiment works, just that the amount of bleach that I used was too small to make a significant difference in the concentration. So I think we'll try again tomorrow with more amount of bleach to add to it. What would happen if I put the whole cup of bleach in here? Let me see. Okay, just so you know, I have my glove and left coat on. Let's see. So cool. Do you guys see what happened? You can try it on the other one. It just does. So now I'm proving that chlorine does stop it. You just have to add it in a higher amount. So that's my control right there. It's still glowing, but it does stop it. So I have proven that my experiment is correct, but we'll try again tomorrow with higher measurements because we don't know exactly how much I added in there. Just we know that it's a lot more. And we also noticed this. The cap of my expo marker was glowing under the light. And so does the paper, actually kind of weird. Hello. So it is the next day now, and we're going to be testing the experiment out again. We're having a retest or a retrial. So now we are adding a new bleach amount to each cup of tonic water. We are adding bleach by 1/2 teaspoon increments. So for example, it would be 1/2 here, 1 teaspoon here, 1.5, 2 teaspoons, and so on. We are still using the same polar spring water. Here is our control tonic water, which we will not add bleach to. And here are all of our cups that we will add bleach to. And the variable will be the amount of bleach that we add to it. Lights off, UV light on. Okay, moment of truth. Oh no. Okay. OMG! It looks like half a teaspoon completely stopped the glow. Yep, guys, half a teaspoon completely stopped the glow. This is our control. Shine on it here. Yeah. Still glowing. So, yep, we can see that half a teaspoon has completely stopped the glow. Oh, isn't that so cool? The thing on this is actually fluorescent. It's kind of cool. It's gonna hit me. So cool. Okay, these are the results. That's cool. Well, now we know what happened. So we are going to be talking about our data and conclusions. So first we're going to start with the quantities that we used. We used 2/3 cups of polar tonic water. So that's 2 of these 1/3 cups. And we put them on each plastic cup. 2/3 of a cup is around 5.33 ounces. And for the bleach, we added 1/2 teaspoons to the first one. And we learned that the 1/2 teaspoons of bleach can completely stop the glow of quinine in 2/3 of a cup of tonic water. So, and we learned, remember yesterday when our experiment failed and we just did it with baby drops, we learned that in half a teaspoon there are 30 baby drops. So it would have taken us a while to get there. Okay, that's all for quantities. Let's cover what we learned. So to wrap things up, we learned that quinine is a compound that comes from the bark of the cinchona tree. It is fluorescent, which means it glows in the dark, and bleach, which is an oxidizing agent, can stop it. Precisely 1/2 of a teaspoon. We also learned some fun facts about quinine throughout the way, like how it can stop malaria and why it is used in tonic water for the special bitter taste. And we learned that bleach can break down the compound and make it stop acting normally. And when it does that, it stops glowing under ultraviolet light. And the reason that it glows under ultraviolet light, in case you didn't catch that, is because the quinine emits light but it's not visible to the human eye. But what it absorbs the light and then emits it. But then when you add an ultraviolet light, it absorbs the light and emits it in a bright blue light that is visible to the human eye. And obviously it doesn't look the same on the camera and on real life. So that's it for today. And remember, not only tonic water glows in the dark because of quinine, we now know, but it is also refreshing and delicious. Cheers. And I agree. So, slay.
Another day, another sleigh. Here